Hello, my name is Greg Smith. I'm the Technical Training Director here at Tigo Energy, and in this video I will show you 5 things that you can do to ensure a successful commercial project using the Tigo CCA and TAP. Let's hit it. The Cloud Connect Advanced and the Tigo Access Point are both used with the monitoring group TS4 products. These TS4s consist of the O, S, and M. So the number one thing you can do to ensure a successful installation when using CCA and TAP is to make sure that the wiring between the two components is correct. As we see here on the CCA connected to the TAP, the wire should be in the same order from left to right. And we do get a lot of calls, and when we ask the installers to take pictures of both connections, we see that sometimes they flip the wires around. And you need to make sure that those 4 wires that connect to the CCA go into the gateway terminal that's right in the middle of the CCA. Also, when you are daisy chaining taps together, if you need more than one, then you need to make sure that the wiring from left to right on the left side of the tap matches the wiring from left to right on the right side of the tap. Something else that you need to pay attention to is when you run the wire, the communication wire, from the tap up on the roof to the CCA, probably in a mechanical room somewhere, maybe it's in a server room, that wire that connects the CCA to the tap, if it's running in the same conduit as the DC home runs of the inverter, must be rated to the same insulation rating as those wires from the inverter. So that means if you're running 600 volt wire, then the RS-45 that connects the tap to the CCA has to be rated for 600 volts as well. That's code. We do have a recommendation. An Omni cable A21 804 wire has 4 RS-45 insulated wires, and they are shielded. So this makes a nice bulletproof application between the tap and the CCA, so there's probably little chance of having a communication issue between those two components. And speaking of the tap, the second thing you can do to ensure a successful installation is have proper tap placement in the system. Now, the tap should be placed in the middle of the array underneath one of the modules, but as the arrays get bigger and as the segments start getting larger, this may be a little difficult, right? So we do offer a tap placement service. Please call us, send us your design. We will tell you exactly where you need to put the taps to ensure proper coverage of the array. And you may be wondering, well, what's the big deal with a tap? Well, the tap is the device that speaks wirelessly to the TS4s. It gathers the information from the module level, but it also tells the TS4s when to go into rapid shutdown. So it's a very important part of the communication piece. So the third thing that you can do to be successful when using the CCA and TAP is to use the right kind of power supply to the CCA. Now, the CCA is a powered device. It needs a 24 volt DC signal that you can get from our commercial kit that includes this power supply in it. If you want to use your own 24 volt power supply, that's fine. Just make sure that it's at least 1 amp. And sometimes there's confusion because the power supply kind of looks like the power supply for our RSS transmitter, but that is a 12 volt power supply. So every once in a while, we get a call from an installer where the system isn't working properly, and we find out that they use a 12 volt power supply instead of a 24 volt power supply. So the fourth thing that you can do to ensure a successful install revolves around the topic of mixing and matching the TS4s from the monitoring group, and we call this deployment. So it is possible to use the S's with the O's. For example, you can use the O's on parts of the array that may be shaded either now or in the future. And if you don't need O's on the entire array, then you can supplement them with the S's so that you still get module level monitoring for the entire array. You still get rapid shutdown for the entire array, but then you only have the optimization on the segments of the strings that maybe are affected by shade or whatever. And there are 4 different types of deployment methods that we talk about in a very detailed Help Center article. But the main focus of this is that regardless of which TS4 S's and O's you are mixing and matching, you must always use the CCA and the TAP. If you don't, then it doesn't void the warranty, but it drops the 25-year warranty down to just 5 years. And lastly, number 5 is to respect the number of TS4s and TAPs per CCA. So a single CCA can support up to 7 TAPs, and a single CCA can accommodate up to 900 TS4s. And lastly, a single TAP can accommodate up to 300 TS4s. And that's it for the CCA and TAP. If you are involved in a large project and you want to use the monitoring group products, I cannot stress this enough. Please contact our sales engineering team and we can help you with your design. I guarantee you 100% of the people who call Tigo sales engineering team are successful 100% of the time. If you have any questions, give us a call. If there's anything else you want to see as a video, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.